All right, good morning. We are working with Mavi, and I'm gonna do a review of all the commands here. I'm on that big old flat collar, but I'm gonna switch over to the prong so that way we're not struggling against each other. The prong just makes a better direct contact, so there's less coming from you. It's more coming from the collar, less personal. On the flat collar, she's really able to pull her way, and then it becomes more of a struggle because then you feel like you're pulling, and then you're struggling against them. But if you notice with the prong collar, she's going, and then as soon as it hits that tension, there's nothing coming from me. She stops herself. So that's perfectly what we want. I don't want to be struggling against her, and I don't want her to feel like that she's struggling against me. So we're just kind of hanging out for a second, letting her get used to that prong collar. Anytime you're introducing a new tool, we want to go through an introduction phase. So we've gone through a lot of that introduction phase already. I did a debrief with Tyler, caught up with where she's at with the training. So today's going to be a review of all the commands that we've been covering: place, down, and heel. We're using our different tools like the prong collar. We have our e-collar that I'm going to start at 5 and see where we're at first before we start going up and down on numbers. The collar was off, so whenever you put it on in the morning, make sure that you turn it on so that way if say we need those buttons, we're not having to go through that turn on phase that is already ready to go. Alright, so let me get my puppy here. She chewing on her little leash. Alright. Maddie, is that a baby dog? Maddie sees the baby dog. Alright, so I've confirmed that the collar's on and ready to go. You can hit the tone button and it'll vibrate to let you know that it's on. And then for the prong, you just want to move it over to the right. He's snug. Okay. So she's got a lot of anxiety. Her brain is just going in a million directions. Loud noises. We're outside. Lots of dogs playing. Oh, by the way, we introduced her fully to the pack this morning. She did so good. There's probably like 6 German Shepherds back there and a rowdy Shepherd Rottweiler pup, and she did really well with everybody. So without further ado, we're going to jump in, and I'll let you know where I'm at on the buttons as I'm going through this. Again, to review, you're giving the command button. So place, hit the button, hold it until she completes the action. We've built in down into place, and then we've built in sit into the heel. So you'll see me reinforcing those commands. If she doesn't go into that action on her own, you'll see me reinforcing it. Okay? Place. Down. No. Down. Yes, good girl. It doesn't count until the elbows are touching the ground. Let's go. Good girl. Heel. Sit. Yes, good girl. Heel. neighbor here for a second. She seems antsy to get down. There's loud stuff going on. New environment. She's still unsure. She's still new. Yes. Let's go. Good girl. Place. No. Place. Down. Yes. So the boost is set to +10. So I'm at 4 right now. So whenever I hit that boost and I said no, she got 14. And then reinforce the command for her to go into place and down. So, I wanted to mention about different places that I have here. Place is really good command for letting a dog know that they have a place. It's a big confidence booster. Particularly the tall ones that elevate them higher. The higher they are, the more empowered they feel. So place, especially an elevated place, is going to be a huge confidence boost. So whenever you're practicing these drills at home, pick many different places, as many as you can. Because the idea is that we're communicating places, anytime, anywhere, anything, as long as they can get on it. So I have 4 different places here. 2 of them are the same, so 5 technically, and then these different ones just to communicate that places anytime, anywhere, anything, as long as they can get on it. And then we're going to use let's go when you're resetting for the next repetition. When you're doing your 5 to 10 minutes 3 times a day, and we're doing the repetition over again to build that neural networking, you're going to use let's go to get them to come with you so you can reset for the next one. Break is when we're done, like for that session. So again, you should be doing 3 sessions, just short ones, 5-10 minutes, particularly if it's a high distraction environment or if it's really hot outside. Make sure you're giving them good breaks. And we're not using treats right now, I'm just using my affection. Treats are excellent in the very beginning for gaining trust in a relationship and rapport. But after that, we really rely on the other tools like ourselves, the transmitter, the prong, to reinforce our commands, and then save the treats for afterwards for that nice ending, so they can associate the work with good things too. It's not just work. Let's go. Good girl. Heel. Yes. Yes. She's set a little back, but you know what? She did it, and I love that. So we're going to keep the criteria kind of low because we're... Sit. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. Nabby, place. Down. Down. Yes, good girl. Let's go. Place. Yes, good girl. Down. No. Good girl. The idea of teaching dog command, no. Maddie, place. No. Yes. Down. No. Down. Yes, good girl. Alright, so the idea of teaching your dog command for several reasons. One, we want to develop a... No. Place. Down. No. So that's 14 that she's getting with the boost on no. That's a correction. So she's very sensitive. I don't know if you have felt it, but 15 for a human, they barely feel it. But dogs are a lot more sensitive to the stimulus than people are to a degree. So if you want to reset your boost to a different number, that's fine. 10 is what we use for the correction, but right now I'm at 4, so she's getting 14 on the correction. Just to finish my thought before I let you go, there's a couple different reasons why we do training. One, to create communication between you and her. It's the same thing for any dog, anytime. If they don't understand the language of the environment that they're in, they get anxiety because they don't know how to communicate. So what we're doing is we're creating that language so she can communicate with you and you can communicate with her. The other thing that I wanted to mention was follow through is the most important thing. What we're doing right here is follow through. I put her in place. I need to be the one to release her, not her releasing herself. So if you ever put your dog in command and you go to walk away, which is the point, I want you to be able to put your dog in place, down, heel, whatever, and then stay there. That's what we hear the most, is that people have a hard time building in that stay. And this is how you do it. The follow through is how we build in that stay part. So they expect that when you put them there, that you will be the one that comes back and releases them. So, what I'm gonna do though, when I release, is I'm gonna go up to her and release. I'm not gonna release her at a distance because that builds anticipation for the release. If you condition that you will release at a distance, they start to build anticipation around that. But if we communicate that it will always be upon our return, then they will wait for that return. So keep these things in mind. Review back to these videos if you ever need just a little healthy reminder. This is practice for all of us. So it's going to take doing the practice 5 minutes a few times a day for all of us to build that muscle memory and the conditioning of the new language. So I put her in place so I could walk away and turn this camera off, and then I'm going to turn it off, and then I'm going to go walk back up to her and release her and give her some playtime before our afternoon session. Have a good day. Reach out with questions, comments, feedbacks. We love hearing from you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.